A small step for a man, a giant leap for mankind. The introduction of Odoo successfully during the last 2.5 years. I welcome Irina and dear Laura.
Hi community, my name is Irina. I was part of the webshop project team and I'm working in the Smart Digital Data team as an analyst and a project manager.
Hi guys, my name is Diallo and I'm part of the EDI team. I'm also like Irina in the STD team.
Let me quickly introduce to you Cosanum. Cosanum is a leading company within the healthcare market in Switzerland with consumables. Our main purpose is to reduce the process costs of our customers with intelligent and innovative logistics solutions. We employ 140 so-called happy COSA members. They are trying every day to be better, faster and magic towards our clients. That's how it looks like. In 2018, we have decided to implement a new ERP system. The system at that time looked like this. As you can see, we had various software systems. One for logistics, one for production, one for the purchase, one for the finance, and so on. And of course, the biggest issue was the interface between those systems. And as well, the truth of the data. The same data was placed in various systems. And this was at the end a really big issue of consistency. In addition to that, we had a very old school server system, which was very expensive and needed a lot of attention. So we decided to look for one system only, which was handled in the cloud, and where we had one single point of truth. A very simple description of our future system. So we went into a small fair in Zurich, IT fair, and we entered into it and saw Odoo, open source ERP system in the cloud. Exactly what we looked for. Some months later, we signed a contract with Odoo and with Camp to Camp. After the subscription, we started the project. The first thing, we gave to it a name. We called it COSA, Let's Make History. One part of the big success story was that we started to implement immediately the first apps of Odoo. After 1 month of subscription, we had already the time app in place. All of our 140 happy COSA members came in touch with Odoo. They saw how easy it is to handle. 5 months later, we introduced the CRM, and there again, we were so secure of our decision that we just looked forward to go ahead. After this, we have implemented the finance app. As well, this was a very wise decision because we have seen the first adaptation of an app to our needs. And we have seen how good Camp to Camp did this work. The success was that we have started to implement the app in November, and 2 months later we made the whole annual closing with Odoo Finance, which was a big surprise as well for our auditors. After that, we implemented the operating system such as sales, purchase and logistics. At that time, we took as well a very important decision, that I was part of the development team. Thanks to that, we really could analyze process by process and delete one of them or some of them, and we could adapt as much as possible to the standard of Odoo. We would like now to show you 3 key applications where we could not adapt to the standards. Of course, our heart, which is the logistic, the supply chain, how we called it, the website and the web shop, and thirdly, our EDI connection to our clients.
The first impression of our company is the webshop and the website. Along the first impression, we wanted to provide a really good webshop for our customers that they can easily find their products they are looking for. That they can focus on their core business, the care work, and not have to fight with an uncomfortable webshop. Another requirement was to integrate our 4 target markets into this webshop navigation and structure. At the beginning, we had to take a basis decision in the infrastructure. Does Odoo standard webshop meet our needs? Camp2Camp, our implementation partner, had a really good idea. We combined Shop Invader e-commerce platform with Locomotive CMS. Furthermore, to provide a really fancy webshop, we decided to go for Algolia, a super fast and super powerful search engine that our customers find all their products really easily. For the design, we worked with an external designer to do the mock-ups on which we are developing the back-end part on the webshop side. For all the products, you can see an example in the screen, how it looks like. You find easily the information about the variances and packaging in a clear view. You see, Cosanum fulfilled the target with Camp2Camp, and this, we can say, design meets state-of-the-art technology. And that in a really colorful way, as Cosanum is. So drop by and have a look.
Before Odoo, we implemented all EDI interfaces directly in the ERP. We wanted to change that with the transition to Odoo. Lobster Data is a known EDI tool for data conversions and data integrations. We tested it and we loved it. So we decided we will use that. One thing which was a big part is we had to do 2 go live. So we had Odoo go live and the Lobster go live. But we had to do it. We decided with Camp2Camp that we want to implement only a small part in Odoo and do the rest in Lobster, so we can stay independent and agile. The thing is, you're maybe asking, why am I telling you this, since EDI was only a small part in Odoo, but it was a really big part for us. You have to imagine, we have like 4,000 orders a month. These are like 35%. And this is only the start. We have also the e-billing and the new orders which we do on our side. But let's talk what we exactly did in Odoo. C2C built some things. One was the UBL XML importer in Odoo. It's a community feature. This allows us to do all the interfaces in Odoo to the UBL standard. So we do it in this standard and we just send it to Odoo and it will be processed. The second thing is they built an e-billing system connection to Paynet. The invoices are sent to Paynet and they are then cleared by them. Also a big thing was an endpoint where we get custom calculated prices for each customer. We can use this endpoint to integrate it in other applications. Aside from that, we have also integrations in our Lobster tool. We built a connection to GHX. GHX is a VAN, a value-added network. It's one of the biggest players in Switzerland. Companies and institutions within the healthcare system use GHX. So if someone wants to order through GHX from us, we need to deliver them always the up-to-date catalog. So we build a bridge which via the XML RPC from Odoo, we get the data on a weekly basis, send it to Lobster, modify it and send it back to GHX. So the customers have now always the up-to-date data. There are also some other things which we built. One is a dropshipping business with 500,000 articles which are stored in Lobster, and they have also custom customer prices. We also built an e-billing system for insurances, and we have some direct EDI connections to big customers. Last but not least, with Odoo we had a big mindset change and we went completely new ways. In the future there are a lot of projects in the pipeline, and we hope we can make life easier for every party.
Okay, let's have a look to our supply chain management system. This is certainly the biggest development we have done within the whole project. We needed nearly 1 year to develop this fantastic supply chain system.
Hello Bruno, fine, thank you. So I will present to you now how we receive the goods in the Cosanum. So please follow me. So first of all, we got the pallet from the supplier and the delivery note. Vitor opened the application for the good reception and searching for the correct delivery note. After finding this, he's opening this order and then searching for the correct product he got. He selects the product, and then as a first step, he's putting the right quantity into the system. So the device Vitor is working with, this is a mobile phone terminal, this is a scanner which we actually are using for a lot of manipulation in the warehouse. So as you can see, we put the goods with this scanner. We also pick the goods with this scanner, of course with a different menu punct. As well, we are doing the shipment with the same device. So this is, let's say, a very, very important device for us. After scanning the pallet, the scanner is showing us the position pallet has to be taken. What you can see now is the scanner, which is one of our most important devices in the logistic. All of the manipulation will be done with this scanner. So as you can see, there are several menu points, and then to the putting the pallet, you have to select the transfer and then the take input. Now you have to scan the pallet identification number, and then after that the scanner is showing to you where this pallet has to be put. Now we go to the Leitstand, which is, let's say, our control area. We ship daily approximately 500 to 600 orders, and that means 2,000 to 3,000 order lines. So therefore it's for us extremely important that the system has a high availability, and we can all the time, let's say, count with the correct data. We are now in the Leitstand. The Leitstand is the function which is controlling and all of the orders we have in the system. We have a lot of specialties in the logistic. All of the locations are put in the kind of way how we can pick the parts and then put to the shipment area. We have, for example, one kind of which is, let's say, containing only the Cardex orders. This is this channel. We can just release all of the orders with the one button, pressing the button, and the orders are free for the picking. After that, we can have a look on this area and have a look on this Cardex. So here we go, we are at the Cardex. The Cardex, it's a commissioning machine, let's say. We have a screen which is specially designed for us, where you can see all of this kind of goods which is lying on this tablar. Now you have to take the goods, which is, let's say, even shown with the light and in the system. You have to scan the new location. You put the goods there, you save it, and then just release, stable, and the work is done. So on this tablet you can see as well the information from where the goods has to be taken. In this case we now arrived to this place, and Yannick can scan the place where we take the goods. The tablet shows him how many pieces he has to pick. Now, after taking the correct amount, he is giving a new identification number for this pick. And now the picking is done.
Miklos, what would you say after 6 months of usage of the system? What were the highlights?
Thank you very much, Bruno. I would say that was a very successful implementation of system because, first of all, the speed of the system. So now all labels, documents, everything is coming just immediately from the system, which is, let's say, a very big improvement. Secondly, the one system only. Actually, all of the data, all of the information are in one system. You don't need to wait, you don't need to, let's say, worry about that whether you get the right information or not. Everything is the single source of data, it's just perfect. Then the third thing is, let's say, we optimize already a lot of things. The flexibility of the system is extremely. So that means immediately you have some idea, you have something to change. They can just, like this, immediately change it and then put it into the live system, into the production, which is, let's say, great. So then fourthly, we have, let's say, optimized already a lot of things. Just for example, where is the right location? Previously, we were blind a little bit. We did not really know whether the goods are lying on the right location or not. Just with the Odoo, it's more transparent, more visible, and then we can put the product to the right place according to the, to the ABC. It's just perfect. So we already saved a lot of movements, which is, let's say, of course, free resource for us to make other things and focus on other optimization.
And I think we can certainly say we will reduce from next month on the daily hour work for our Happy Cosanum members by 1 hour.
That's
that,
true.
I would say, is the package test as we could expect.
And this is also thanks to Odoo, because just we analyze the processes, we analyze the system, we analyze how many movements we have, and we could, with the help of the Odoo, let's say, reduce this kind of amount of movements, like, I don't know, like something like 15%, so it's great.
Okay. Thank you much, Miklos.
Thank you very much.
And have a good continuation with Odoo.
Thank you very much.
A further success in the whole implementation of Odoo was certainly the fact that we have chosen one target market, obviously the smallest one to begin with. That allowed us to improve during the following months steadily the system according to the needs of our customers. After that, we prepared the big go-live. A target was to implement the system without any constraints for our customers. Therefore, we changed the name of this last phase and we called it Go to the Moon. And that's why we used these nice helmets throughout the whole story. Because implementing a one system only for the whole company was really a huge step for our whole future life. After that step of the last phase, we tested and tested the system during 8 weekends, especially in the logistic, because we did not want it to have a failure in delivering our goods. Finally, we made the big go live on the 1st of April 2021 during Easter time. And from day one on, the system worked just perfect. And we are confident that is normally not the case. We are at the end, and it remains for me just to thank to 3 groups of stakeholders. First of all, to Odoo. You were able to create a whole system which is on the one side adaptable, maintaining a core structure. We found that just fantastic. Secondly, we want to thank to our implementer, Camp to Camp. You made an incredible job. Especially I would like to thank to Joel, who you know, all of you, and to his fantastic team placed all over the world. And of course, third, I would like to thank as well to our team, to our 140 happy COSA members. You did an amazing job during the past 2.5 years, allowing to make this big change from various systems to this one system only.
Hello, thank you for this presentation, Bruno. It was a really nice one. Now it's time for a Q&A session. So first, I will introduce myself. I'm Céline Solon, and I'm working as a business advisor for Odoo too. Please write your question in the chat, and then I can ask them for you to Bruno. Yes. The first question we got is the one from Didier. So, what were the main challenges you encountered?
Hi everybody, thank you for all these questions. I would say the biggest challenge was the whole supply chain organization. You see, our business is mainly concentrated in the logistic part, which is the complex thing overall, and we have a very complex system in place, and that was as well for a long time the question, can that be done by Odoo? Because Odoo is not fundamentally a logistic system on its own, and but we tried it, and at the end of the day we achieved it. So I would say a big complexity, but together with our partners camp to camp, we could achieve a fantastic solution.
Okay, thank you, Bruno. Another question is from Paolo. So, after the picking of the item, do you immediately go to packaging, or it might happen some integration with other items as well?
No, we can pick various things. Of course, we have the situation where if we have one order, from the picking, it goes directly to the packaging. But we have as well there very complex clients who asks to combine orders, for example, over 7 days, and then we pick them and we place them in a reservation system. And once we give the green light to package all together, then we do that. So we are really as well on that side very flexible, and that's on the place if we send it by post or if we send it by truck.
Okay, excellent. I'm looking for the question. So we do have Michael asking, what's about the cost of this whole project only from camp to camp?
That's a very good question. You see, when we started the project, I think nobody was aware how big will become the project. I think the first budget was a figure. I would not like to discover now the whole figure, but what I would really tell you that in such a project which lasts 3 years, of course, even if we try to stick as much as possible to the standard, but at the end of the day, it costed more. That I would certainly say. I will be frank, and I hope that camp to camp is agreeing. It was not the error of camp to camp, it was the error of the size of the complexity at the end of the day. The first figure we figured out after 6 months. We prepared the project steps. First of all, it lasted a year longer because of the elaboration of the supply chain treatment, and at the end of the day, the cost was 50% higher than we projected.
Okay.
That's what I can say. But of course, if you make such a project, you have to speak about more than 2 million. That is for sure.
Okay, thank you. So another question from here. So Paolo, again. So how was composed the supporting team of Odoo for this project?
Yes, of course. We informed very carefully our customers already a year before we went with the go live. So we informed them that we are changing our ERP system, because we said since the beginning we do only the change from the old to a new system if from day one we can deliver, because we are working in the hospital surrounding, and we could and we cannot afford to have any delays in ordering. So due to a change in the ERP system, it's not always given that you can go on to delivering since the first day. So for that reason, we took on the boat our customers, and we discussed a lot with them what has to be the steps. 50% of our business is ordered by the shop, by the web shop. And of course, there we prepared them how they made the change from the old shop to the new shop, and we gave them as well some people that they could ask even before to go live. So that was certainly a good help. And then, what I explained in the video, we did start with a very small size of business where we could train during 6 months the whole system with a minor part of our business, which was outside the healthcare business. And that helped a lot to have a fantastic go live.
Okay, thank you, Bruno, for this answer. I can see that we still have some questions. I can see 3 of them, but we are running out of time. So what will happen now is that you will have a link to go in an extended Q&A session. So just stay on this live chat. You will receive the link, and then you can... and then you will still be able to talk with Bruno. Okay? So yeah, the link is here. So just go on this one, and then you can ask your question to Bruno. So thank you very much, Bruno, for your presentation and for your answer. Let's meet in the other Q&A session. Thank you.
Okay. I have to switch as well, huh?
Yes? Yes, you have to switch as well.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye, Bruno.